Good evening, friends. Welcome tonight. So let's listen to what's the latest in news bites. So, friends, now there has been the grand opening of the WPL, which is the women's version of IPL. And guess who are the two women actresses who've been asked to perform for it and who performed for it? So you have Kiara Advani and Kriti Sanon with the Punjabi rapper AP Dillon. So here, nothing to shout off, from the roofs, but if you are very carefully watching, you'll understand that one more, what you call, card, Rajiv Shukla has won. See, you know what Rajiv Shukla uses IPL for. And this is another card that he has won because through this, they can achieve a lot of other things. Why in a woman's, such a match, do you need, Bollywood actresses to perform? So it's the same pattern. They've already started it, and of course, it'll lead to a lot of other things like parties and cheerleaders, and from there it'll go on to money laundering, and a lot of other things will also happen in the process. So we'll just have to wait and watch, how it slowly, becomes as big as IPL, and then we have more problems in that end too. So let me welcome Maya. Welcome, Reno. No? So WPL, yes, will be the same as IPL. All betting, after parties, booze, drugs, absolutely. And see, I found it very funny. When they were launching it, there was Rajesh Shukla with Jay Shah and some others as well. And the way they were leering, this guy was leering, Rajesh Shukla was leering at the young girls, the cricket players, it makes it rather frightening. So let us see where this all leads to. So moving on to the first piece of news. Now, Shah Rukh Khan's star of Pathan did, according to the PR, unexpected and impressive business at the box office, and they say it emerges as the biggest Hindi blockbuster and highest grossing film. Well, of course, this is all according to mainstream media. Now, Siddharth Anand's directorial is a part of Yash Raj's films, Spy Universe, including the Tiger series and War. In order to make it a universe, there was a crossover of Tiger and Pathan in the action thriller. Salman Khan's cameo as Tiger in Pathan was registered as one of the best scenes in the film, and their bond will be continued in Tiger 3, is what they say. Recently, it was reported that Shah Rukh Khan had a week-long schedule to shoot the scenes for Tiger 3. Now, Salman Khan and Shah Rukh Khan will averagely undergo an adrenaline shoot for 7 days to film their action sequences. A source close to the development exclusively informed that Tiger 3 scenes were revised after Pathan was released. The makers of Tiger 3 modified Salman and SRK's scenes after the reaction to Pathan. While there were amazing scenes and fantabulous dialogues according to the PR, written all that was altered according to certain mainstream media, where both these Khans can't even lift their leg, are saved due to their stuntmen and bad VFX. The screen time together in Tiger 3 has increased also. The most interesting and relatable scenes have been added. Even though the shooting of the third chapter was completed, the makers waited to shoot Salman and SRK's part till Pathan was released. They wanted to see the audience's reaction to their scene in Pathan and waited to modify it and make it better. Now here, of course, what is rather amusing is that, see, neither of them can even lift their legs because they become that old. And whether this movie is going to be as big a flop as Pathan is only something that we can wait and watch. But of course, we can predict that it's going to be a bigger flop because knowing that Salman Khan's films, none of them so far have been a success, especially after the boycott Bollywood movement started. So let's wait for some more, hours spent in that special bathroom in Shah Rukh Khan's room, in house Manat, where he says that he goes there whenever he is depressed and wants to cry. So I think that bathroom will be very well used this year because half the time he'll have to spend it there. Let me move on to the next piece of news. There used to be a time when actors would hide their experiences on the casting couch. But this ugly secret of Bollywood has finally been unveiled by many actors like Ranveer Singh, Swara Bhaskar, and Richa Chadha. But in a rare scenario, actress Radhika Apte revealed that a South actor once made advances at her. Scroll below for the details now. See, Radhika has shown her versatility in many films ranging from Hindi, Telugu, Bengali, as well as the English language. She broke stereotypes with her role in The Lust Stories and even won an International Emmy Award for it. The actress went on to gain recognition as a Netflix girl with projects like Sacred Games, Gaul, Raat Akeli Hai, and many others. She was last seen in Vikram Vedha opposite Hrithik Roshan and Saif Ali Khan. It was back in 2016 when Radhika Apte opened up on her casting couch experience in an interview with Bollywood Live. She revealed, I think once an actor in the South called me on my room phone and tried to get flirtatious, and I just was so rude to him. I think he fought with me later on. But anyway, I haven't ever got a request saying that you have to sleep with me. Now Radhika Apte continued. Once I got a call and they said they're doing this film in Bollywood and I want you to have a meeting with them. But would you be okay sleeping with that person? And I laughed and I said, you're so funny. You're very funny. And I said, no, I'm not. Ask him to go to hell. Now, here, see, this is not something that is new. Earlier, in the times when you talk about a generation before, the actors in the South, especially the males, used to think it was their right to sleep with the actresses. And I remember one actress telling me that, at night when she was sleeping, they were shooting outdoors in some remote area and in some small hotel there. And they were staying in some small hotel there. And then at night, there was a lot of banging. And she asked her maid, can you just check what's happening? So apparently, it was the male actor of that film, quite a well-known name, who was knocking on the opposite door, thinking that it was this heroine's room, asking her to spend the night with him. And he was in a drunken stupor. So that was how cheap these actors were. And these are all well-known names. You would know them in the South. These are all well-known names. So it's not something new. And what Radhika Apte has been saying, and all these people before that, all those people who this Sajid Khan and all have exploited, have all spoken about this. So it's nothing new. I remember in long time back in Filmfare, they showed some images of some directors, auditioning a girl and asking her, she had come in a sari, and they had actually shown the photographs of that, and asking her to take off her sari and show her figure. And the girl actually, she took off her figure and she was standing in her underwear in front of these director and the producer. So you can imagine the low kind of mentality these people have. They're not there to do a film. They are there to exploit, whether it's young men or young women. It's a fact, So when you go into this line, you have to go with your eyes and ears open. So many of the guests who have come to our program have said that it's the most sleazy, field. And since there are no contracts binding you to anything, they can exploit you in any way. And this is what Ekta Kapoor's, Alt Balaji has been doing with so many actors and actresses, binding them to clauses like nudity clauses and making them do everything. So unless, as Yogiji said, that you have a streamlined film city where everything is clean and there's no mafia behind it, you really do not know what you're walking into when you're in the Bollywood film industry or other film industries in India. So let's go to the next. Again, you have another actor Shama Sikandar, who opened up about the casting couch experience in Bollywood and how things have improved over the years. In an interview, without taking names, she said a few established producers and makers wanted to be friends with her. The actor said that the concept of asking for sexual favors in return for work is the lowest of low. Sharma is known for her TV shows like Ye Meri Life Hai, CID, Man Mein Hai Vishwas, and others. Besides TV, she has been a part of several Hindi films ever since she starred in Amir Khan's 1999 film Man. She last appeared in Bypass Road, which was released in 2019. In an interview, she narrated her casting couch experience in Bollywood. She told one of the media, the industry has changed so much and for good. Today, young producers are far more professional and treat women or people respectfully. They do not have the notion of sex for work. In the past, I have had producers tell me they wanted to be friends with me. I was like, how can we be friends if we do not work together? I feel the whole concept of asking for sex in return for work is the lowest of low. I mean, you have to be a terribly insecure human being to do that. Some of these producers and makers were well established names in the industry. It shows that you do not have an iota of confidence that you can win over a woman's heart in an organic manner. But casting couch is not limited to Bollywood, it happens everywhere. She added that one cannot blame the entire industry for those practicing casting couch. I feel that the evil exists in every person, which is why some people think they can degrade others in this way. One needs to address the devil that resides in your mind, she added. She tied the knot with her boyfriend James Milliron a few months back. She's currently gearing up for her comeback. Now, here, see, you'll also see that it is a fact. It is a fact that most of these actresses they start talking about these things when they want attention for their new film, which is what exactly Kangana Ranaut did, recently in a few days back, saying that see she was asked to go to the actors' bedrooms, so that she could make the movie a success. Now, this is not it's not fiction. Because see, if you look at the kind of movies that Mahesh Bhatt made, half of them Mahesh Bhatt himself would have affairs with the women, or his nephew would have affairs. So it would either be, asking them to, get hooked on to drugs to give a better performance. You remember the way Lavena Lodh had said that, her husband used to keep rolled packets, rolled packets of drugs in his pockets. And every time he would go to the shooting where Mahesh Bhatt was shooting or Mukesh Bhatt was shooting, he had to give it to the actors, and this was told by the directors that it would be to enhance their action. And here also it was said that see violence, Mahesh Bhatt used to use violence against these girls, and force them to, certain other things as well. So these are things that many of them have openly spoken about. Manda says they will want to compromise, yes. And this is the fearful fact of that, Manda. I found that very strange, and I don't know why, they're doing this. See, as far as, money is concerned, Manda, the WPL will have plenty of money because all this rests on bets, and on bets and what we call unaccounted money. All these things will come into play. Then you have the drugs parties, and then you have these cheerleaders who are brought in from outside, and they are the ones who entertain, and they're forced to entertain, and many of them have protested and written about it. So this is going to be, and these young girls are coming from different parts of rural parts of India also. Some of them don't even know the game, as in I'm not talking about cricket, but the fact that see what happens in the back doors. Welcome, Sanjay. Thank you, Martin. Will these women also be used as a part of toolkit, like the kids of Delhi are being used to write letters for Sisodia, who has been called top opposition leader by Washington Post? See, Maya, this is all very possible. It's nothing that I would say is impossible because these people do any sort of thing, and these young girls would hardly be in their teens, just getting out of their teens, and they would be very pliable, and this is what they would be. This is what makes the situation very dangerous. Selva, these privileged actors are taking advantage of their powerful position. These so called men are predators. Thank you, friends. If you like the video, please press the like button. Welcome, Lakshmi. Yeah. So let's move on to the. Yes. Meera says the Women and Child Welfare Ministry should take cognizance of exploitation of minor kids and take up this matter. Who? With who? Her invitees, the ones she usually invites for her parties. Now, Maya says Mahesh Bhatt has been at the forefront of utilizing girls for nefarious means. Lavina, whom you have brought on this platform, pointed out. Absolutely. And, the way they used people like Jia, Khan. And see, it's, if you see some photographs where Mahesh Bhatt is holding Jia Khan close, you can, you feel like cringing. And that's why she wanted to get out of the university, out of the field. And you know how she was killed in the process. There's a movie called Shashank Redemption. Once you watch it, yes, I've seen it, and it's a brilliant movie. For those who have not seen it, please watch it. So moving on to the next piece of news. In a fresh attack, Sukesh Chandrasekhar says Arvind Kejriwal, Satyendra Jain dedicated a song Ye Dosti to him on his birthday in 2017. In a fresh attack from behind the bars, conman Sukesh Chandrasekhar has alleged that Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal and his colleague Satyendra Jain had dedicated the Bollywood classic Ye Dosti Hum Nahi Todenge to him on his birthday 6 years ago. In a 5-page statement released through his counsel, Advocate Anant Malik, Chandrasekhar alleged that this was on March 25th, 2017, while the two were persuading him to bring in funding from the Middle East and South India. The alleged conman, however, claimed he no longer had any relationship or friendship with the duo, just payback to offer. Commenting on Manish Sisodia's recent arrest by the CBI, Chandrasekhar said this was only the start regarding the allegations of corruption and receiving kickbacks against him, even as he issued a cryptic message to the Delhi Chief Minister, "I'm coming for you," in regard to his alleged knowledge of all such commission and kickbacks. Kejriwal ji, I hope you have not forgotten the song you and Satyendra Jain dedicated to me on 25th March 2017 on my birthday, Ye Dosti Hum Nahi Chhodenge, and persuaded me to bring in contributions from Middle East and South India, as everything you've done for me, for your benefits and used people and me, there is no dosti, only payback now. Chandrasekhar, who was lodged in jail number 13 in Mandoli, alleged, questioning the timing of Jain's resignation. Chandrasekhar alleged that it came after his demand during his last appearance in court, on the sidelines of which he had addressed the media. You could have done this 9 months prior itself in regards to Satyendra Jain. Why this now suddenly? When I challenged you 4 days ago, demanding Satyendra Jain resignation during my court production, he added. This, he alleged, was triggered by fear related to the backlash of Hawala transactions involving Jain, which Chandrasekhar had told the ED about, he said. Now here, friends, one thing very, very, sort of shocking is that, where is Jacqueline Fernandez? Okay, nobody's talking about her. Now, Jacqueline Fernandez has very, easily slipped the net. I don't think she's in the country, because the last we heard was that she had taken permission from a Bombay court to leave the country, and return after some time. But till now, Bollywood has been very, very secret about where she has gone and whether about her whereabouts. So, which means people in the court, would have sort of been bribed to help her escape from India. Because if she's not back, that means the court is corrupt. And someone in the court would have helped her to escape, isn't it? The Delhi school kids being exploited to support Sisodia, let me just take your first point. The Women and Child Welfare Ministry should take cognizance of exploitation of minor kids and take up this matter. Yes, in the case of, yes, absolutely. Sherlin Chopra said during IPL Kolkata Knight Rider 1 matches, SRK Gauri Khan threw a drug party where all cricketers and their wives attended their party. Yes. And she found them with drugs in the bathroom. Yes, I remember that very clearly. Welcome, Vidya. Welcome to India. Sukesh Chandrasekhar may be a conman, but I'm sure whatever he says about AAP is correct. He must have got favors from them by supplying girls and cash to the politicians. Yes, because I remember very clearly, while reading your remarks, that one time Kejriwal was caught red-handed in a guest house with a girl, and he had asked the girl to disappear from the back door. And this is the same thing with Sisodia. Sisodia has also very weak morals, and he was also seen chatting about certain very, very cheap things. Maya says, Saurabh Bharadwaj telling his AAP worker, many of our leaders are in jail, don't worry, it'll be all fun shows. They are well prepared for massage, drinks, and probably drugs from Punjab flowing in. It's a very sad state of affairs because it took so long to nail them. And they're scamsters of the highest lot. Ma'am, they are glorifying Pathan as the biggest hit in the history of cinema. Pathan, it seems, was a toolkit to save Bollywood. They're putting South cinema down and making fun of South stars. So well said, Neela, because see, everybody knows that Pathan, with like a grandfather hero like Shah Rukh Khan, almost whose teeth and gums are all falling off, hair is falling off, and acting as a hero, and a heroine who looks like a skeleton because apparently for just that song, what you call Besharam Rang, she had to eat only a piece of lettuce, that sort of thing. And what happened was in the process, whatever she, it looked good in, she started looking terrible. It was like a bikini worn by a skeleton, And on top of that, she was protecting herself, saying that, see, whatever Shah Rukh Khan does is the best, everything is the best. Well, here the whole thing was being done by his double. So where is Shah Rukh Khan in it at all? Okay. And you're talking about all these fake things that we've been talking about for so long. And ultimately, what you call the proof is in whether the theaters are empty or full. So even that is empty. Now, one thing for very, very important is that the Indian government has to find a way to expose these people's, scam. If they say they don't have tools to measure it, I don't believe it. If you say that you are selling tickets worth of 100 crores, and you don't have proof for it, then you need to be jailed for it. You just cannot say, I don't have the tools to measure, how they do it, and they're doing money laundering in the process. Then what the hell are you doing, ED? What the hell are you doing, IT? Income tax people. So this is something that you will have to, and if they say 100 crores or 1,000 crores, they have to also pay the income tax, isn't it? So let us see how much they are paying. So all this, saying that you don't know how to measure it, they don't have any laws for this, that has to change. I mean, in which case now, see, already this man has started lifting his, saying, what do you call this, Brahmastra, director, whose first part was a flop. Now he's saying that within 2 years he's going to bring Brahmastra too. So which means now they've got used to that, nobody is going to interfere when you say that your movie has made 1,000 crores. Even government doesn't have any measuring technique to do that. So we can just make money and we can have a gala time. So this is something very scary. And, the government has to find out. See, one thing you have to appreciate about the Bollywood scenario is that these people, reinvent themselves every second. It's very strange, if today's Akshay Kumar's movie doesn't work, by tomorrow he has another plan, and then if that doesn't work, the gummy man comes up with a third plan. So they constantly, using these different cards. What I find absolutely funny is that how much energy they have. They don't never get tired. If you all of us in social media are exposing them, they don't, they're not this thing, they're not ashamed. They have very thick skins, and they know whatever they're doing is a lie. But when you don't have the shame, when you are not embarrassed, you can do anything. And that's what Shah Rukh Khan is doing. Now, see, Shah Rukh Khan, he has a very huge problem in that, see, he's no longer young. And here, of course, you see him with Morani. These are all corrupt people to the core. Now, they were called in for drugs and so many things, Karan Johar and all of them. They will all wriggle out because of the kind of corrupt politicians we have. you know and this is why when I saw the women's cricket team, the party, or the what you call the opening, I felt sad because see, now they're going to exploit the girls as well. They are finding new and new techniques how to make money. Please like the video. We can spare awareness. Thank you so much. Priya Asnani. Maya, police and agencies doing their duty is not enough. Yes, if courts with these special lawyers, heard by special benches, let the corrupt get away. Now, Sisodia's lawyer, Manu Singhvi, is friends with SCG, right from KG. So we are talking about Chandrachud. So now we have to be careful about that side as well. And moreover, Maya, what I don't understand is that we find that the Supreme Court, judge, speaking about everything except, matters in the court. We cannot speak anything against them because it will be contempt of court. But my question, sincere question to, my lords, is that why, sirs, when so many cases are not being solved, so many cases are, lying under you, you're not putting any judgment on them. Why are you interfering in the government's role? Because we are all voting for a proper leader, and we're quite happy with the kind of leadership we have today under Modi ji. Now he is doing his role beautifully. Even the world leaders are appreciating him so well. Now, why do you want to judge what he is doing? Leave it to us. We, the public, will tell him. I don't understand. He comes with his very anglicized English and he says these things and that things as though, everything is for waiting for the Supreme Court judge to be to comment on. We appreciate Chandrachud's, frankness and everything. But he has to be limited to his job. He can't keep commenting on how the government should do. In which case, why do we even vote for a government at all? We should just say that Chandrachud should be the Prime Minister of India. So this is something, this is food for thought. And now people are getting quite frustrated. And on social media, they're all making fun of it. So the judiciary have to take this into account. People are not going to sit back and watch you make fools of the leadership that we voted for. Raggy. They have no morals, no ethics, don't exist. They have to reinvent themselves because otherwise, yes, their game is over. Absolutely. Thank you, Martin. Good evening, Vinny. Who on earth takes 86 lakhs and doesn't hand over home keys? I've never heard of it. Yes, and also the funny thing is, Raggy, the name of the complex itself is Sushant. Look at the irony of the whole thing. This woman, who wears Louis Vuitton clothes and carries a Louis Vuitton bag, and comes in a Lamborghini, are cheating small people who, take a lifetime to invest in a flat or an apartment or a villa. They endorse products that they themselves are not sure of. How did she endorse it when she doesn't know the background of these builders? Or did she get some kickback on that? Surely she would have, Otherwise, why would she, scamper? And to cover all this up, look at the cunningness of Shah Rukh Khan. He says that suddenly two people climbed his building and came onto the third floor. And they are not from Kerala, they're not from Tamil Nadu, they're not from Maharashtra, they are from Narendra Modi's land, which is Gujarat. Okay. So it looks like everything Ghotala should only come from Gujarat. Is that what he's trying to say? And obviously, they're saying that the police said that they wanted to come and meet him. Now, see, these are kind of stories that are made by Salim Javed, you know. So obviously, Javed or Javed's, Besura's son, Farhan Akhtar would have written the script for it. Arranged to save Gauri ji, let us make such a script, And that is how they would have pulled this one. That's how stupid they are, Bollywood have affected Nepal so much, and it goes on. When will it end? Moranis are very shady characters with Dubai connections. Their sister Lovely Morani has hinted at how actors are at her beck and call. After SSR's death, she posted photos of herself with SSR. If corruption like Sukesh 2G, Bollywood, Liquorgate of Sisodia are not claimed by courts and ruling party with red hot iron, how will public have faith and wrongdoers have fear, respect the law? Yes. Ragi, I know, right. Karma. Sushant is taking revenge, divine justice. So, yes, this part I'm very glad about, quite happy that it is happening. Their real life is also a movie script. True Indian says, sometimes we have the same wavelength. I was just thinking the same. Thank you, True Indian. A lot of the times, True Indian, many of you sitting here, we think alike. And that's why we gathered together. Even on a Saturday, which is actually a weekend for all of us. You are here listening because there are so many things that are troubling us. And we need to air it. The very fact that you're writing this down and, we are talking about it itself shows how worried we are. Yes, that is, I think, Pooja Dadlani, and that's Shah Rukh Khan, and that is Morani. Look at them. They look like thugs. What do they think? Just because they come in some tough role in this Pathan or a Zero or something, they think that they're actual heroes. I'm sure, if a bull comes chasing them, around the corner, all of them will flee like, flies. That's how they're such cowards. Thank you, True Indian. Is justice existing only in Indian South films, Meenaji? No. South also, if you don't know, True Indian. If you look at Kerala itself, you'll be shocked at what's going on there. The kind of money they are making, these people in the name of superstars. They don't do a damn, for people. They keep minting money, and then they put their useless sons into roles, See, for example, let me tell you about Dulquer Salman. Dulquer Salman doesn't have the talent at all. But like Alia Bhatt, his father, Mammootty pushes him into everything. Now, same thing with Mohanlal. We've been watching Mohanlal for ages. Now, Mohanlal puts his son, who's so ugly, into roles. And, these people, see, when you're talking about a hero or a heroine, they should have good looks. This guy doesn't fit the bill at all. To top it all, you have Priyadarshan, who's the director. You remember of some movies like Hera Fairy and all that. He puts his daughter into it, and this girl can't act for nuts. So, what you're having is nepotism at its height in Kerala. That is why I told you, see, when a person like an outsider like Unni Mukundan came into Kerala, and he came out with this film called, Malikapura, everybody was surprised. How can an actor act this way? He got into the skin of the character. At times you see him literally as God, Ayyappa. Sometimes you just see him as a normal man. I mean, this is what you would say is a true actor, where but you don't know, So the fine line. Now, what they have done is just like in Sushant's case. Now they are foisting, sexual, misbehavior, to his character, to make sure that he does not succeed. And I've also seen that, see, whenever he comes, whenever he is in the same room with people like these nepotic kids like, Dulkar Salman, or, with any other son, superstar son, this Unni Mukundan doesn't feel comfortable because of the way they treat him. I don't know what Dulkar Salman has that he feels that he's so superior, except for the fact that his father is a superstar with a lot of fan followings. Okay. So, and if you're looking at the moral side, let us not even talk about it, true Indian. So, it's the same all over, I would say. Very true, like minds attract. Yes. Minaji, talking about how BJP is destroying Hindu men by promoting debauchery through radical feminism. You will have to give me some incident for me to understand what is on your mind, Sharmaji ka ladka. Lakshmi, even South movies are going bonkers, like Pushpa movie, where the hero is a smuggler. Yes. Maya, South is also as shady as Bollywood. They are hand in gloves with Dubai gang. Latest SFI workers went on a rampage, destroying Asianet offices. Today, they say one of the reasons for this, Maya, is that, see, Asianet was, featuring, like the interview of a girl who was posing as a teenager who was posing as a woman who had been raped. So that was a false case. So this is what they said was the reason, and that's why they attacked. See, in a state like Kerala, there are no rules. When the chief minister himself is supporting this kind of violence, what can you expect? Just a few days back, I was watching the policemen who come under Pinrai hold down a BJP worker or an RSS worker and keep on beating him. 10 men beating him at one time, twisting his arm, kicking him. And, I said, how will this man survive? You know how many hands they have cut, how many men they have killed. All with a license from the top sources. So, this is, in Kerala, you can't even imagine. Unless there is a huge change in the government, the party who rules, God save Kerala. Raggy, when law is not strong, we have all kinds of corruption. It's all about making money in short span of time. I wonder why all these educated people are so greedy. Absolutely. See, for example, let me tell you something. See, some of the politicians, what they do is they tie up with known people abroad, and they have these NGOs, and they work through them and they make their money. These are people we see even now, very prominently. Maya, Sharmaji, BJP is not destroying, it is SC by giving woke verdicts. Well said. Thank you, Martin. Yes, let's go on to the next piece of news. A court at Vasai in Maharashtra's Palghar district on Saturday granted bail to television actor Shehzad Khan, arrested for allegedly abetting the suicide of co-star Tunisha Sharma last year. As per the report of PTI, Sharma allegedly committed suicide by hanging herself on December 24 on the sets of TV serial near Valim in Palghar. Khan, 28, was arrested the next day on a complaint lodged by Sharma's mother. He is currently lodged in jail. Additional Sessions Court Judge R.D. Deshpande ordered that Khan be released on a surety of 1 lakh. The court also ordered the actor to surrender his passport and asked him not to leave the country without prior permission of the court. This is something that they told Jacqueline also, isn't it? It makes me laugh. Advocate Sharad Rai, who represented Khan, said the applicant had sought bail on various grounds, including that the charge sheet in the case had already been filed and the probe was over. He also argued that this case does not attract punishment under Indian Penal Code, Section 306, which is abetment to suicide. Now, Special Public Prosecutor Sanjay More countered the submission made by Khan that he was not present in the room when Sharma ended her life. Sharma and Khan, who were in a relationship and they set to part ways were co-stars in a TBS serial called Alibaba Dastan-e-Kabul. Now here, friends, you see how lenient they are with such men or such people. They let Jacqueline go. God knows where she is. Same thing with this man. Everybody knows this man is as guilty as ever. This is a love jihad case. We all know that he has some sort of involvement in this. Yet, they are letting him loose. Once they are let loose, like the Siddharth Patani and all that, you will never get hold of them again. So this is what is happening in India. Sharma ji ka ladka. Anurag Thakur hobnobbing with radical feminists in Bollywood, for instance. Also, so many women assaulting men and file fake cases on men in BJP ruled states. Marital rape bill coming soon. Okay. Yes. Let me tell you one thing, Sharmaji. See, as far as Anurag Thakur is concerned, now Anurag Thakur or other ministers who are in the center, now Modi ji can't be responsible for all of them. Okay. They are all a part of the system. He has to carry them along with him. He knows what are their faults. He knows what are their weaknesses. Okay. He cannot do everything by himself because half the time, the very fact that BJP is winning elections is because of his aura, because of his speeches, because of his rallies. The others hardly do anything. It's a fact. Now, if you tell him that, say, remove your all these ministers also because you all are doing this, he'll end up with having hardly a few people in the party. Okay, so these are things he'll have to think about when the new cabinet is formed again. So that is when they win. So let us, at least for now, support Modi ji because he is going through a very, very bad period when he's being attacked not only from outside but also from within. So this is the time to support your leader and be with him. He needs us, and we need to win the next elections because we cannot have people like Rahul Gandhi or any other opposition leader ruling our country. That will be like giving India to the dogs. So let us not even think about it. Mira, welcome, Mira. This is so similar to, yes, Sushant's case. And this girl was such a sweet girl, and look at the way they have, just taken it so lightly. It's very sad. True, if you start identifying one by one, there'll be hardly any clean minister left. I agree with you. Yes, Sharma ji, see, when I see some of the ministers, my blood boils because of the things, the tactics they do. The tactics, they don't do any groundwork. They don't work like the way Modi ji or Amit Shah or Yogi ji or Himanta Biswa work. They don't work like that. They are more selfie ministers, who want to pose with long sticks and things like that. Okay, that is their job. Wear all the makeup and act as though you are the Prime Minister of India. Ultimately they're doing nothing, but they have to be tolerated. Because of certain reasons. Yes. Moving on to the next piece of news. On Friday, Arjun Kapoor attended the store launch of designer Gaurav Gupta. The actor arrived and was wearing a black suit and trousers. After posing for the paparazzi, he encountered a fan moment from internet lady Urfi Javed. Urfi also attended the store launch and she was wearing a strapless silver bralette paired it with a low-waist dhoti style long skirt. Now they bumped into each other and greeted each other. The paparazzi requested them to pose together and Urfi was captured asking Arjun, do you mind? And he said, no, not at all. They posed for the paps. Now, this is quite amusing because what happened immediately after the photo or the video emerged, these people were saying that, see, now you'll have to go home and face your, face some problem at home, meaning with Malaika. And another person said that dono zero class celebrity hai, meaning that both are zero class celebrities. And one of the users wrote, Urfi with Oscar-winning actor, dream comes true for Urfi. It says, Zyada to Urfi famous hai. Urfi is more famous than him. And these are all a lot of remarks with humor in it. एक के पास कपड़े नहीं है, दूसरे के पास काम. One person is short of work and the other person is short of clothes. And one of the netizens wrote, "ये हुई ना बात, जोड़ी अच्छी है, दोनों ही jokers हैं." So they are a good, a fitting couple because both are jokers. So Maya says, truly said Meenaji, we have to stand behind our PM. And this crucial time when India as a nation is under attack. See, for example, Maya, see, if today we are, struggling to protect our Sanatana Dharma, it is only because Modi ji is there. Can you imagine if it was Rahul Gandhi or his sister Priyanka, what would have happened to India? Sharma ji, Hemawani should be removed too. She's bad as an MP. If he lists them, there'll be many, Sharma ji. Oh my God, look at Urfi in this picture. This is clearly aimed at distracting young boys. Yeah, especially your son, I guess. Shocking pic. What is this person wearing? One is thunder thighs and one is uh, nothing, no clothes at all. Yes, two losers. Meenaji, there are many qualities and virtues to learn from the divine person of our PM Modi ji and even Yogi ji. Wish all the BJP ministers and Karyakartas could imbibe and learn from their values. See, one thing most admirable, Chandrika, is sometimes when I watch Yogi ji, speaking in the house, parliamentary house, he's not scared. See, when a person does not have any fear, see, because he doesn't have any possessions, he doesn't have any houses, he doesn't have diamonds, he doesn't have cars, he doesn't have any, what you call anything that is giving, him that materialistic aura. When he doesn't have that, and he does not, he's not dependent on his family, or nor is he giving them any favors. Such people are not scared of anything. And you can see it in their eyes. If you tell them something and they're not agreeing with you, they will clearly tell you that I won't agree with you. And this is what you see whenever he debates, in the house. You see what a brave man he is. He's a small man, but look at the kind of convictions he has. He will speak his mind. And what is he worried about? He is worried about making his state, UP, the best, because that is a role that is given to him by the Prime Minister. All the Prime Minister has said is, you take Uttar Pradesh. It was, what was it under Akhilesh Yadav? It was a state of gang wars, rapes, everything that was negative used to happen in Uttar Pradesh, where they used to give gifts for, voting for them to power, where they used to live like Maharajas. You remember when his house was broken up, all his bathrooms had Italian marble and Italian, sort of fittings. Why? Why do you need all that? Can't you live in a normal bathroom? A normal house? No. Akhilesh Yadav wants the best. He thinks he is, the Sultan of Brunei. Now, when Modi ji gives the duty of changing UP to a monk, it means that take care of the state. Change it, for the welfare of the people. Today, people can walk safely. Many people say that, see, now our sisters and, mothers and all, they can walk at night safely. Who did that? And if they do any hanky-panky, their houses are bulldozed. So why not have people who can make such quick rules? Do we need Chandrachud ji, or do we need anybody else? No. If we have people like Yogi ji, in power, then justice is smooth and fast. Mira, Urfi got an upgrade from roaming outside cafes in Lokanwala to be called A-lister, to so-called, yes, A-lister events. Sharma ji, one should not be distracted by Urfi pics since we are bombarded all the time with vulgarity. Yes, turn to inwards. Meditation will help calm the mind. Well said, Maya. Maya, thanks. I'm into martial arts and hurt myself to calm the mind. She can do no better. Maya. Madam, we are amazed by the way Modi ji and Jaishankar ji were interacting with world leaders at G20 events. Jaishankar reminded Tony Blair about British past. Yes, that was a brilliant interaction by referring to RRR and reminding them of what they had done. I'm so sick about these Bollywoodians selling promiscuity as value and harming the new generation, mind and soul. See, here on this note, I also want to comment on one more thing, and that is Alia got some award. I don't know what award it is for her role in RRR, and this is spread by viral biryani. I won't even call him biryani, the bootlicker of Bollywood, you know. And he says that she won an award for what? Even before close your eyes for a second, her role is over. So what are see who's paying for these things? How does a woman who has absolutely no talent get so many awards? How does a woman who has absolutely no talent get all the ads? This is Bollywood for you, you know. So it's a very sad state of affairs. Clothes are not required by Bollywood. Absolutely. Yeah. So, on this note, we'll end the session. We will see you on Monday. Please remember, friends, we'll have both the Hindi version, which is at 1:30, and the English at 8 p.m. So, see you, friends, on Monday. Have a wonderful weekend. Good night and Jai Hind.